Friends from the media, thank you so much for coming to this press conference, though it was called at a very short notice. Out here today with us is our new AICC Secretary in charge of Nagaland, Sri Christopher Tilak. He's from Tamil Nadu, an old hand. He has been AICC in charge of Andhra Pradesh also, Odisha also. And just recently, he has been made in charge of four states of Northeast, that is Manipur, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Tripura. He's on his first visit here, and today he'll be addressing the PC. And before we proceed further, our President Honorable MP on his right, Sri S. Subramanian Jamir. Onto the farther right is our working President Sri Kredi. Behind us are the PCC office bearers, Vice President and General Secretaries. So over to our AIC Secretary in charge. Okay.
Good afternoon, dear media friends. As a new AICC secretary, I'm in charge of 4 states: Tripura, Manipur, Nagaland, and Sikkim. And I've started my tour from Tripura on the 11th, and after that, on the 14th, 13th, 14th, 15th, I was in Manipur. Last 2 days, I've been here in Nagaland. So today we had our executive meeting where I could interact with a couple of leaders. And in the last 2 days, I've been interacting with a couple of other frontal organizations also. I've come to understand what are the key issues of the state. And going forward, we are trying to figure out what kind of strategy we will have to come out with for the next couple of years, keeping 2028 in mind. So to start with, the 2024 election results is a very big boost for the Congress party in Nagaland. In spite of not having any MLAs, but an MP getting elected from Nagaland is a clear indication that the people of Nagaland really want a positive change. And they have clearly voted for Congress to tell that they strongly believe in the Congress ideology and in the Congress way of handling issues, Congress approach of a more democratic, consultative, having discussions, debates, and then involving people in most of their decisions, whatever might be the gravity of the issue. So, with this understanding, I'm quite hopeful and I'm quite positive that in the months to come, we will come out with a proper strategy, a roadmap, and then we will start hitting the roads in the district, at the district level and at the assembly level. What I would like to stress as an external observer is that the country as a whole has been growing economically for all these years. But because of certain issues in different states, the states are not able to pull up when it comes to the economy is concerned. And when economy is in a problem, obviously investment will be less. When investment is less, development will also be an issue. And obviously unemployment is going to be high. And if unemployment is high, then obviously the youth will be the section which will be very badly affected. Hence, migration is also obviously going to be high. And the other section of the society who are majorly affected by the routine disturbances are women, particularly in Northeast, where women are more positive and their participation is high in the societal activities. I think a peaceful state is very essential for the development of women and youth. Considering this particular aspect, Congress has always been functioning, and it has sometimes people feel that there is a little bit of drag or delay, but the solutions which Congress has always come out has been permanent solutions and final solutions. So similarly, for whatever the issues are there pertaining to Nagaland, particularly the Naga political issue, I think our party president is also part of the political affairs committee, and apart from the party president, there are other 3 to 4 members.
3 members.
3 members are also part of the PAC, and they have been expressing their views to the PAC. But from whatever I've little bit understood in the last 2-3 days, government has taken certain initiatives of constituting this PAC. I think this PAC was constituted this year, na? In the month of May.
June.
June.
June 5.
Correct. So it is a good initiative, and I think all the 60 MLAs are members of the PAC, and other political parties are also part of it. But the members of the PAC should be provided with the copies of the agreement, the 2015 and the 2017 agreement, which has happened with the NCS, NSCN and the NNPG. At present, what I come to understand is that the PAC is also wanting to expand their inputs. They want to have a much broader input from civil societies and from all the other people who are connected with the public. But all these people who want to give inputs have to be provided with the copy of the agreement, which will enable all of them to be clear about what they are speaking about. But what I find at present is that the last couple of PAC meetings has happened without the copies of these agreements. So I think it will be very good on the part of the government, and it is very essential that the agreement copies are put in the public domain, so that we have a much more enlightened and empowered discussion, rather than only looking for an empowered interlocutor. We should make sure that the participants are also empowered and enlightened with the actual agreement copy. And in this particular background, I think in the next few months, after October 15th or October 20th, along with the PCC president and the other office bearers, we are planning to start our district-wise tour. Most probably, we'll be starting from the ENPO areas, covering the 6 districts first, and then we will cover the other districts. And along with the PCC president, we will be trying to interact with the civil societies in all these districts, and also try to find out how we can take our outreach programs effectively in every district with the particular specific tribes.
The House says that to reach out the highest political leader, because it has to be political settled and it has to be brought to the parliament. So if the regulator, if one of the member can be appointed in the cabinet, then definitely it will reach out to the highest political leader. So that will put a pressure to the government. And then since the 2 agreement is already there, now the only question is it has to brought to the parliament. And for that matter, the public, the government really wants, the state government also wanted to empower the public to come forward and see that final settlement is done. That agreement, both sides the agreement is rigid. Now, for that matter, since it is on the negotiation table, the highest level may carry the sentiments of what the government is having a feeling. And then by involving our public, the NGOs or the civil societies, that also carry the mandate of our people. So they can easily reach out to our stakeholders. And once we come to an understanding, then that is the easiest way to fulfill the agreement because it is only left for the implementations.
We came up with a framework of preliminary framework for an agreement. And I think the CM has mentioned it in his in today's newspaper or yesterday's newspaper that they have also referred that particular document or agreement to to develop these agreements. So it is a continuous process. And 14, the government has changed at the center, and they have developed or worked on the previous agreements which has happened. If we come to government, we have clearly mentioned in our manifesto that we are going to go for a permanent solution. That is mentioned in our manifesto 2024 Lok Sabha election manifesto. Of course, when we come to power, we will have agreements done, and the agreement copies will tell you clearly what is to be done.
So it is totally against the democracy. Now, India is the champion as one of the countries which worlds are saying that we are the champion of the democracy, and any government cannot impose. So one nation, one election, that is
Gimmick.
contrary to that.
That is a gimmick.
Yeah.
And when this government came with the demonetization, they clearly told that we are going to bring back the black money and so many promises they gave. Similarly, this is also another political gimmick to dilute all the other issues.
Now, this was offered by the Government of India, FND. Now, since they have offered, only I think that they maybe to streamline it. Since the Government of India has offered, it is between the Government of India and the state government as well as the stakeholders. I think the meeting point that they will find out. And MB also agreed as a third options. So let's hope the tripartite talk will bring the solutions. It is, I think, the Supreme Court, the case is, I think, it is still there. And at the same time, as the army, they have their own the judicial power also. So there, since the case is on, I hope the justice will be delivered to the people. And apart from that, I just wanted to highlight one of the requirements. What we have found is about the Sainik school. The Sainik school, Polwa, they have allotted 120 seats for our state. And there's two entry points, that is class 6 and class 9. But where is the current academic year? Our Nagas have turned out only 80. And 40 has given at the vacancy. Now, vacancy in essence, it is affecting the administration and to run the schools. Now, since the seat is allotted to our state, they cannot give the seat to other states also. And if it continues, if that Nagaland quota, if our people are not aware or not willing to take the seat, it will affect for the opportunity for the futures. Maybe the Government of India may change the policies. Every year they cannot keep that seat on vacant. So we would like to appeal to the people because by January, another recruitment will be there 420 seats. Now the parents and the aspiring candidates they have to come forward and see that the state government also they are taking care of it. The central, the Ministry of Defense also. And the last time, Captain, we also went. The administrators and the principal was sharing about those privilege which our Naga people are not taking and they are not coming forward. So we like to take this opportunity that if our media opportunity can kindly convey to our Naga public that opportunity should not be missed, and that will be that recruitment will the entrance and recruitment will start in the month of January. Then secondly, I was just going through in the districts. Now the government also trying their level best, but I think the priority of the facilities should be given the priority to the district officers because we are having the sanctions, we want the development, and then the concerned, the head of the department in the district has to reach out to the grassroots level, to the remote areas. But their convenience, many of the times, they used to face to reach out the native people because of not having their proper convenience. So that also I think if the state government can give a special consideration to the district head of the departments, that also carry out the works. And our team, we were when going around meeting with the politicians, with the these all India radios, they are also doing their level best. All the employees which are below the minimum requirements, the sanction boards and all they are really facing the problems. So we found out some technicalities and for the avenues of the employment generations also. So we'll try to take up to the ministry and then we'll see that welfare of the employees of both the tradition and the radio stations as well as the post office. Because there, even in the post office, there are so many vacancies. But in the system of recruitment and the postal department is it goes with the merit basis without having any interview, just uploading the documents, and as per the metric and merits, they simply used to select the candidates. So in that professions, many of Naga students they fail to reach out the merit. But from the outsiders, they used to take the privileges, but they hardly stay here for a year, and they used to go back. So all the vacancies are still accessed, but that awareness also not created among our Naga youths. That is, everyone is asking about that. See the initiatives and the sincerity of the Congress voter, we could in a position to reach out to the people, and we have asked for their help, and accordingly, they have responded tremendously. That's why we got the NPC. We are thankful to the public. And for that municipal council and for the town council, you all know we don't have even a single MLA. But still then, Congress could bring out 8 official candidates and 1 independent. That was also our working president from Bering district. So we have 8 town councillors, 1 the municipal councillors, and 7 town councillors. So that is a good starting point. That's a good starting point for the Congress. When it was a blank, when we were in the 0 position for 21 years. But this time, after winning the parliamentary elections, again we could win the seat of 8, the 7 the town councillors, as well as one-term municipal council. So that is the beginning. That is the good beginning of the Congress, and definitely within 4 years, we are looking forward to be more cooperative, and we're going to put our hands together with the grassroots people. So the result will be, we are expecting for the best.